Hello, divine souls. I wanted to connect with you all to share a topic that resonates with me deeply, which is how to identify when your family of origin attempts to sabotage your growth. Here's the truth: there are people who grow up in families that encourage their dreams, celebrate their victories, and help them become who they were created to be. And then there are those who grow up in environments where every step toward healing or success is met with resistance. Some people have experienced criticism instead of encouragement, control instead of guidance, fear instead of freedom. Whether that resistance came through words, manipulation, unhealthy family dynamics, or deeply rooted generational curses and trauma, the result can be the same. You begin questioning your worth, your gifts, and your future. For years, you may believe the limits placed on you are your own. You may begin shrinking your voice, second guessing your decisions, feeling guilty whenever you succeed. Even the excessive interest in every area of life, where family can become enemies by them choosing to come against you in the physical and spiritual by form of manipulation. Even to the point of healthy relationships can feel unfamiliar because you've learned to expect conflict instead of peace. Financial opportunities may feel intimidating because you've been taught that you don't deserve abundance or that success will only create more problems. The gifts inside of you remain hidden because somewhere along the way you learned that shining too brightly made other people uncomfortable. But healing changes everything. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that not every battle is about another person. Sometimes the greatest battle is refusing to believe the limiting messages you've carried for years. Psychology teaches us that our earliest environments shape our beliefs about ourselves, our relationships, and what's possible. Those beliefs can continue influencing our choices until we intentionally examine and replace them. Spiritually, I also believe God invites us into renewal. The Word of God says in Romans 12:2 to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. That transformation begins when we stop allowing yesterday's voices to define today's identity. I no longer want fear to make my decisions. I no longer want guilt to determine how much joy I allow myself to experience. I no longer want unhealthy patterns passed down through generations to become my legacy. Instead, I choose healing. I choose wisdom. I choose healthy relationships built on trust and mutual respect. I choose financial stewardship over fear. I choose to use the gifts God has placed within me to serve others with humility and love. Breaking unhealthy family patterns isn't about becoming bitter toward where you came from. It's about becoming intentional about where you're going. You can acknowledge the pain without allowing it to become your identity. You can honor the truth of your experiences while refusing to let them dictate your future. If your family couldn't celebrate your growth, don't stop growing. If they couldn't recognize your value, don't stop valuing yourself. If they couldn't imagine a different future, don't stop building one. Your past may explain part of your story. It does not have to determine the ending. Every day you choose healing over resentment, truth over fear, purpose over pain. You are creating a new legacy, and perhaps that's one of the most courageous things anyone can do. If this message resonated with your spirit, there's much more waiting for you. For deeper spiritual insight on this topic, explore my full-length teachings here on the channel. And thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine's sanctuary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue growing in truth and light together.